Aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, Captain!
Let's go!
You're not ready, bro. You're not ready to dig for gold, twin.
You got your jellyfish net, bro.
You have the glasses on. You literally, as a matter of fact,
I'm ready.
S-S-Y! And today
Yeah.
we got Film Theory, SpongeBob is an evil genius confirmed. What is this video, bro?
I want to see if SpongeBob is stupid or so stupid he's smart. You know what I'm saying? It's either in between. It's like how you be doing it. It's like sometimes I'm like, you're dumb as hell.
You know what's
but
crazy?
then like that dumbness is like actually quantified into like brilliance. You know what I'm saying?
Man, let's just get straight into this.
Stupid. Yeah, despite playing dumb and innocent for the past quarter of a century, SpongeBob SquarePants is actually a secret genius.
Ooh.
And when
You know what? I actually believe it. Old SpongeBob, stupid. This SpongeBob, evil. Like
I'm not tapped
right
into
now.
new SpongeBob,
Me
bro.
either, right? But I just see weird clips off of it. I'll say this SpongeBob right now is like evil.
Okay, let me
take that to the logical extreme, this adorable yellow rectangle might have some truly dark intentions. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Film Theory, the
It just don't hit the same, bro. It just don't hit the same, bro.
Oh, is it a new dude?
It's the new dude, bro.
Oh!
I've never watched the video.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even recognize that was the new nigga. I forgot he retired.
Whoa, dude. You can't tell the difference between this and Matt Pat.
I wasn't paying attention enough to tell the difference between this and Matt Pat
Don't let me
because
catch you.
I didn't grow up on Matt Pat. I would just chime in
Don't
every
let
here
me.
and now.
Matt Pat is one of the few people I crash out for, bro.
Dang, really? It's like that?
don't
Like
do- don't-
Matt
hey,
Dashy?
Hey man, watch
It's
out,
like that, bro?
Watch
My
out,
fault,
gang.
bro.
Watch
My
out, gang.
fault, bro.
Watch out, man. Watch out, bro.
show where F is for Film Theory, U is for you and me, N is for
I'm saying that like you're not obviously the yang in this relationship, bro.
I give Ying vibes sometimes.
All right, bro.
I'm wearing white.
To contract my
Why not subscribe for new videos every week? So at this point, no one needs an introduction to SpongeBob SquarePants. I mean, everyone knows him. Absorbent and yellow and porous is he. And if you don't know him, well, you're basically living under a rock with Patrick. Honestly, one of the most impressive things about SpongeBob SquarePants is just how much staying power it's had. The show first aired on Nickelodeon all the way back in
I will say one of the most iconic cartoons, like literally of all time.
Like
Of all
three?
time, meme culture,
Top
like
three, maybe top
I
two.
personally,
It might be one.
bro. It's one.
Yeah, I think it
it's
might be one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I said top three. I
Yeah.
thought I said one of.
I don't know what you said. I don't remember.
See, this is our problem.
My
bro. You
fault.
know,
I don't
feel
be-
like you listen to me, bro.
I-
Like,
it's
I
like-
feel like when I say things, like they're just like it's just in one ear and just out the other, and you just expect me to make dinner.
It's
and,
just
clean
like
the dishes. and
it's
shit.
just like only so much of the things you say are important. So I can't keep everything registered. My mom was right about you. 24, bro. 24. This nigga just role played a relationship with me.
Role play.
I gave you 8 years of my life.
1999, last century, and it's never left. It has a pretty classic cartoon formula. SpongeBob and his friends get into some silly adventure every week in the town of Bikini Bottom, some slapstick comedy ensues, at least 2 memes are born, complete disaster is averted, and everything starts all over again next episode.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like us. instead of Bikini Bottom, it's just Austin, Texas.
Yeah, no cap.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah.
Cause niggas really know that I'm the star, bro. I know I'm Patrick, cause like I'll really gun you down and send you far, bro. Cause
Right.
I might up this AR and fuck. I was trying to say like I'm Patrick and you SpongeBob cause you got holes.
Well, shoot.
Fuck.
Shit, I got holes there. Poke them up. I really am Patrick, cause with this gun I'm a star. He's SpongeBob, cause soon as I let this rip, he gonna soak him up.
He gonna soak him up.
I mean,
He gonna soak him up. I had
Yeah.
it confused, bro.
huh?
I had it confused and let me just stop.
Okay.
Cause I thought I was Patrick. But you gonna be the one living under a rock. Thank God. Thank God. Oh my nigga, I was so scared, bro. Holy shit. Hey, bro, that was God's
Yeah,
fault, bro.
God's fault.
I threw that up, bro.
He said, "Get me somewhere."
The second I started, I was like, please.
It's a classic format that's created some of the most iconic parts of internet culture. Seriously, there's a meme you almost certainly recognize from basically every
Most
single
definitely.
episode of this show. And with a brand and characters that strong, it feels like everyone knows their deal, right? Mr. Krabs is greedy, Squidward is a tortured artist, Sandy is from Texas, Patrick is dumb as rocks, and SpongeBob himself is so naive and innocent that it borders on him being a complete idiot. Or
Okay.
is he?
Right.
Is SpongeBob actually a secret genius? An intelligent mind up there with the likes of Newton, Einstein, and Oppenheimer. I mean, okay, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I think just proving that he isn't stupid would be a good start. Yeah, okay, just
I mean, off rip, I think they're probably just gonna mention the parts where it's funny, where he's smart.
Okay.
Like when he like made that sculpture in front of Squidward, or like drew that picture and like turned it into a circle.
I feel like those are objectively smart things, but they got to be deeper than that.
Yeah,
There's no way
because
this
like
video is
those
13
are
minutes and
obviously
it's
there
not-
just for situation.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Just to be straight up with you loyal theorists, when the team first came up with this idea in our writers' meetings, I thought it was both incredibly silly and incredibly fun. And honestly, those are the best types of episodes. Oh, we're watching an old school cartoon and taking it way, way too seriously? Hell yeah, brother, that's some dumb fun and I'm here for it. And honestly, when you do look at the evidence, there's a shocking amount of it pointing to SpongeBob being much, much more intelligent than he lets on. And if we keep pulling that thread, soon it becomes clear that he's doing something truly dark and vile with that intelligence,
I
all
mean-
for his own sick amusement. Yes, really. So are ya ready, theorists?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Let's go! So it's
You're not ready, bro. You're not ready to dig for gold, twin.
You got
kind
your
of obvious
jellyfish
that-
net, bro.
Huh?
You got your jellyfish net, bro.
You have the glasses on.
You-
As a matter of fact, I'm ready.
a lot of the secret ingredient for the formula of a SpongeBob SquarePants episode is that SpongeBob here isn't exactly the sharpest spatula in the kitchen. His lack of intelligence and seeming innocence are a huge component to basically every plotline in the show. And hey, scientifically, that makes sense. Yeah, sea sponges, which
Okay.
SpongeBob is based on, actually don't have brains or even a nervous system. Yeah, they're just
Okay.
kind of vibing out there in the ocean, just chilling out. So checks out that SpongeBob would be brain dead. Yeah.
That counts as
Well,
alive?
here's the thing. SpongeBob isn't a normal sea sponge without a brain. In fact, we have a lot of proof that SpongeBob does have a brain, and not
That whole, the brain to body ratio is that these hurt my eyes, by the way. That's I don't know how you do that. The brain to body ratio is actually pretty crazy.
only that, but a big one, like human-sized and shaped. And because of that, when he wants to, SpongeBob shows a lot of factors of intelligence. For example, in the episode Squid's Day Off, SpongeBob is able to quickly and accurately shout out tons of ways to make change for $1.
Do you want 4 quarters, or 10 dimes, or 20 nickels, or 100 pennies, or 1 quarter, 3 dollars?
Yo-Yo can't do simple math.
What do you get? What did you gain? Actually, dead ass. How did the reaction change? Stanley's the type of nigga to be in front of women and be like, yo, give me my headphones back. Oh shoot, let me untuck the chain that I gave you. How did the reaction change? How?
You should have been more impressed by this when it popped up on screen. You know what I'm saying? Like this is truly a work of art to you. Hold on. Cause like the way that he has all of this to divide it on time, on schedule, like that, simultaneously while holding a conversation.
You lucky my phone is broken. I would have showed him a video of you failing 225.
Or just those smaller breakdowns like 4 quarters or 10 dimes. Easy peasy.
God,
73 plus 18.
who was the first black female pilot?
Hold on.
Yeah,
No,
bitch ass
she
nigga.
got a fire name. Got like,
Yeah,
hold on.
Go.
What is it?
Bessie Coleman, nigga.
I did not know.
You were
that.
gonna say Amelia Earhart.
I was gonna say Amelia Earhart.
Yeah, you was too busy doing dividends. You wasn't paying attention, nigga. This is what I'm saying. This shit made me.
Wait. I claim being bad at geography. Or not geography.
I'm dumb. Get back to dunking basketballs, bro. Get on the react, bro.
History.
Get on the react, bro. Get on the react, bro. Get on the react, bro.
I accidentally smacked your butt on accident just now. That was an accident. I'm not gonna lie. That was actually an accident. My fault. Shit was fat.
become challenging. This right here is an example of mental math and shows SpongeBob's strong numerical reasoning skills and ability to quickly process information. All of these mental skills engage the parts of the brain responsible for memory, attention, and logical thinking, and studies have shown that, in general, people who master mental arithmetic will have a higher IQ than those who don't, for what that's worth. But it's not just math that shows this sponge's brain power. SpongeBob is also very artistic, way more so than other characters like Squidward.
I draw better than you.
You might be SpongeBob.
And this is shown time and time and time again in the series. With basically no effort, SpongeBob is able to draw a well-rendered face.
See, I knew they were gonna bring that up, but I also do origami. That's actually bad. I also like, this was clearly for the bit though, so I don't know if this works as like sustainable evidence.
Okay,
you know
okay.
What I mean?
I feel like some of it counts. You know what I'm saying? I feel like to a degree some of it counts. Because he has shown an appreciation. Hear me land. Let me land. He has shown appreciation for the finer things in life by things like his library. You get what I'm saying? Which is full of older generation books, things of that nature. I'm not mad at that concept. History. So him and having this artistic side of him, this little nature side of him too, with the jellyfish, which will be fishing in our world. He has this side to him that's a little bit
Jellyfishing
more,
was a good land.
You know what I'm saying? A little bit more knowledgeable to him.
He's culinarily inclined.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
That took me a little minute.
Origami and sculpt a block of marble into a finely detailed statue. All of this alone would be incredible works of art. But on top of that, more studies have found that creative people typically have a higher IQ. Again, for whatever that's worth. Sculpting that statue in particular would require SpongeBob to have incredible spatial intelligence. That's the ability to visualize and manipulate 3D objects in your brain. Basically, it's transferring a mental image you have in your head into the real world. And as someone who's tried making those clay pots and statues before, I can tell you firsthand that this is not easy, especially with something as unforgiving as marble. And all of this isn't even mentioning SpongeBob's incredible musical skill. I mean,
oh yeah, he do be like.
You do be like, hey, 808 for a reason, boy. 808 for a reason. No, you the main character. Come on, man. You the main character, bro. Like, you really like, you know what I'm saying? The world's your bikini bottom, bro.
A man played at the Super Bowl. Even SpongeBob's choice of career as a fry cook could hint at his intelligence. Yeah, high-class chef.
What are we doing, bro?
Where did you work again?
Chipotle, bro.
Okay. I put it together in theory, chat. I put it together a film theory.
This is gonna be a long ass video.
No. We're working.
This is gonna be a long ass. No, I'm talking about this reaction. This is gonna be long.
Chefs in higher-end restaurants are considered higher intelligence individuals. And hey, that makes sense. They need to problem solve quickly, make decisions constantly, prioritizing certain dishes over others, and adapting to variables presented by each ingredient. All of those are critical thinking skills often used to measure someone's IQ. Now, you might be thinking, hey, SpongeBob isn't really a high-end chef. He's a fry cook at a fast food restaurant. Can that really apply here? And the answer is yes. While we may not traditionally associate flipping burgers with intelligence, SpongeBob is different. In the episode
he's extremely
Le Big Switch, when SpongeBob's transferred to a fancy restaurant, his work is revered by the chef who praises his culinary skills.
This taste is fantastic!
And the customers love his cooking so much that when it's time for him to go back to the Krusty Krab, no one wants him to leave. They straight up cling to his leg to make him
Cap strength of doom.
Stay. And then in the episode Neptune's Spatula, SpongeBob's cooking is so good that King Neptune spits out his patty to enjoy it a second time. There are just tons and tons of more examples, but you get the idea. SpongeBob has nearly unmatched culinary skills on top of his exceptional creativity and ability with math. The long and short of it, SpongeBob is no fool. He may act stupid, but he's an intelligent creature, perhaps one of the smartest in the whole series. So there, theory done, right? Slap some red text on a thumbnail and let's call this a day. Well, not exactly. Sure, yes, I think we've done more than enough here to explain that SpongeBob is much smarter than he lets on. But so what? What does that mean for the rest of the series? Well, first of all, in the canon of the show, the fact that SpongeBob is this smart should mean that he should be miserable. Here, let me explain. This actually comes down to how intelligence is portrayed in the rest of the series, particularly with one Squidward tentacles. And that comes down to Squidward's anatomy. Yeah, despite the name Squidward,
Isn't he like an octopus? Because he has like the right amount of limbs.
He's actually an octopus. Mind blowing, right? But for real, this is important because an octopus actually has 9 brains, one in their head where you would expect to find a brain, and one in each of their tentacles. Because of this, octopus.
What? Like, bro,
What
that's
is
not
the possible use for that?
That's what I'm
bro?
saying. The nigga got a brain right there.
Wait,
what is that? What is
that? Doesn't come from Earth, man. That's not from Earth, bro.
Bro.
Yeah, that's not ours, bro.
What does that like? That nigga go, oh, my head hurt. Like, that nigga was drinking.
He's like, oh, I got a headache.
That nigga drinks it. Brain freeze. Face ass. Face ass, bro.
Nah, that's hilarious.
Roman numeral 6'9" with the rate of 1. Thank you, bro.
Appreciate it.
My fault. I had an aneurysm.
Imagine
trying to
slapping a
reach
fish and getting a concussion, bro.
That's what I'm. No count, bro.
Pods are considered one of the smartest animals in the ocean and much, much more intelligent than the likes of, say, a starfish or a sponge like Patrick in SpongeBob. Yeah, like we said earlier, sponges don't actually have brains or a nervous system. And did you know that starfish also don't have brains? Also, a side note, but I guess SpongeBob and Patrick having brains really lines up with that theory that Bikini Bottom is an irradiated wasteland from the nuclear tests at Bikini Atoll after World War II, huh? Anyway, several studies and articles have discussed how people with higher intelligence have a higher risk of suffering from depression. One of the factors here, intelligent people often feel misunderstood by the less intelligent people in their lives, which is definitely the case for Squidward. Obviously, this isn't the case for everyone, and it varies from person to person. Intelligence doesn't have a cause and effect relationship with depression, but sadly, they absolutely are often found side by side in several subjects. And at least in the world of SpongeBob, there is a correlation between intelligence and happiness. In the episode Patrick Smartpants,
I do remember that. His brain, like,
I
is plugged
hated
in.
this episode, by the way. This is one of my most, like, I don't know. Something about this episode made me, like, so upset, bro. I don't know if it was just seeing Patrick out of his body and being, like, smart.
See, you was
but
wrong with niggas, bro.
What do you mean?
If I come up on some money, you'd be like, I miss the old yo. I miss when you was a dumbass nigga.
No, but
you
look,
were a crab in the barrel.
But if all that money make you unhappy, though, you know what I'm saying? Wouldn't you rather be happier and broke than happy with money, bro? And have me tell you that, bro?
No. You could die today, and if I go into my Hellcat, and I could be mourning your death.
Me.
My death. You, Stanley. If I go into my Hellcat and press the button and I hear, I'll be good. I might move out the way real quick. Like, move over here. Get tight. Shit, I might. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be a happy ass.
Man, that Hellcat go, your house gonna go, whoo.
Are you in a UFO, nigga? Are you an alien or a ghost, bro?
I'm haunting your shit,
that nigga abducted me, bro. What the fuck?
suddenly becomes very intelligent after a bit of misadventure with SpongeBob.
Earthquake.
Yeah, that joke did shake a little bit. I ain't cool.
Come on, bro.
My fault.
50 dead.
Damn.
SpongeBob. All of a sudden, he's no longer amused by SpongeBob's antics, and the two grow apart. But by the end of the episode, well, I mean, just listen.
Knowledge can never replace friendship.
He realizes that he'd rather be stupid and happy than sad and alone. And this is also what's driving Squidward.
That nigga don't got a Hellcat.
He feels just so much smarter than everyone else in Bikini Bottom that it's left him feeling isolated and misunderstood. So, if SpongeBob is actually smart, and being smart in this world seems to make you miserable, why is
he's being dumb on purpose.
SpongeBob miserable all the time? Shouldn't he be just as sad as Squidward or Patrick when he had his big Markiplier brain? Maybe, but perhaps SpongeBob is finding a way to vent that sadness, that frustration, taking those negative feelings out on someone in particular, making someone else's life absolutely miserable to make his own just that little bit better. Yeah,
Is he just trolling Squidward? Like,
yeah, that's
this whole video is summarized to, yeah, this nigga's smart, but he's just a troll.
You know how Squidward always seems sad and seems to hate SpongeBob? Maybe that isn't just because he finds SpongeBob annoying. Maybe it's because SpongeBob is intentionally hurting Squidward, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Yeah. Okay, listen, I know that's a big claim. I get it. It's out there. But when you go back and watch the series looking for moments where this happens, it comes up surprisingly often. For example, sometimes SpongeBob will take the pranks that Squidward pulls on him and turn them on their head, making them backfire backfire on Squidward. In the episode Funny Pants, Squidward tricks SpongeBob into never laughing again because it annoys him, resulting in SpongeBob falling into a deep depression. This causes him to cry loudly, a sound that Squidward ultimately hates even more.
Think I found the one thing I hate more than his laugh.
In Naughty Nautical Neighbors, Squidward tricks Patrick and SpongeBob into no longer being friends after their laughter ruins his cooking. But they both just end up independently annoying Squidward even more than before. And in the episode Squid on Strike, when both characters go on strike, it ends with both of them out of a job, and SpongeBob ends up just annoying Squidward all day, every day. You get the point. Basically, every time Squidward tries to control or hurt SpongeBob...
Wait, wasn't that one? Wasn't this him thinking, though? This didn't actually happen. This is a hypothetical situation. I think I remember this episode.
Dang, you got great memory. I'm not gonna lie, because I thought this was real. No. I think that's Squidward's fault, though, is what I was gonna say. The other two situations, I actually think that's Squidward's fault. This one, I would have said that he was right. But you just said it's a hypothetical.
I'm gonna keep it a stat, bro. This whole reaching.
Here's what I'll say. I feel like SpongeBob knows Squidward's depressed and annoys him so that he's out of the depression and happier. And then it like gives Squidward something to do. You get what I'm saying?
Bro.
It's like when your grandparents are like old and rusty and like hate life.
No.
You drop off the grandkids at their doorstep so that they have something to do instead of like turn into dust.
Is, bro, I've always said this when I watch these theory videos. I can see it, but I need an aha moment. Like Alex Bale, you ever watch Alex Bale? He be having them aha moments, bro. He'll like say something and be like, but then when he did this, and there's always a moment where I'm like,
where everything connects.
I haven't had that with this video, so it just seems like look, I can make it. Stanley, I feel like you wear shiesties because of like the life that you used to live, and you're trying to portray yourself as harder than you actually are, and that's only because you feel the need to hide your inner child and seem harder. But if I was like, but that one time you did a drill on that nigga, that's when
you just said some real shit, bro. Yeah, you just said some real shit right there, nigga. I'm fucked up out here, bro. I don't want to be hard, bro.
You have a nuclear household.
I do. Yo, real tears started coming up.
You get the point. Basically, every time Squidward tries to control or hurt SpongeBob, it never works as planned. It always backfires. Now, it would be easy to point to all of this and just say that it's normal animated TV karma. Squidward was mean, so he has to face the consequences by the end of the episode. Does SpongeBob really have to be involved in all of that? The reason for it? And hey, I hear you, but that doesn't take into account all of the times we see SpongeBob trick Squidward himself. Just a few examples. In the episode Idiot Box, SpongeBob and Patrick are having fun in a cardboard box. But when Squidward wants to see what's in the box...
That might have been the first time in my life where I wanted a box, bro. For the right reasons. I ain't gonna lie. You got it, bro. You got it,
He's nothing. SpongeBob explains that Squidward just has no
imagination.
He can see that this basically triggers Squidward and ends up with Squidward sneaking into the box later and pretending to drive a race car, though in reality it's just a garbage truck taking him to the dump. SpongeBob kind of broke Squidward's mind here and left him in a terribly embarrassing...
Or he was actually like genuinely just imagining himself doing these things in the box, and then by luck it got. I don't know, bro. I'm not convinced, bro. And I hate being like that, but I gotta be convinced, bro. I don't know, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not neither convinced or not convinced. I'm not gonna cap. There's been no solid on both sides.
I just feel like they're reaching, bro.
I can see the reach.
Situation. But it doesn't stop there. It's not just his ego he hurts. He also hurts Squidward's wallet. In the episode The Paper, SpongeBob goes all out, making just a single piece of paper appear so valuable to Squidward that he ends up trading everything he owns for it. Only for Patrick to come along and use it to throw away chewing gum, leaving Squidward with nothing. And if that wasn't enough, he even gets Squidward physically injured in life-threatening situations. In the camping episode, SpongeBob warns Squidward...
That was great.
Squidward about the dangerous sea bears and all of the things that can attract them. Squidward, of course, doesn't believe in sea bears and does all of the things that SpongeBob warns against. And when Squidward questions why a sea bear doesn't show up, SpongeBob says,
Maybe it's because you're not wearing your sombrero in a goofy fashion.
and of course, a sea bear immediately shows up and attacks Squidward. SpongeBob could have just done nothing here and spared Squidward from that pain.
I see what he's trying to say. I see.
That was a good one.
But instead, my man more or less used reverse psychology and got Squidward mauled by a sea bear. And man, this isn't even the only time this sort of thing happens. In jellyfishing, SpongeBob takes Squidward to go jellyfishing while he's in a full body cast, leaving him to be attacked by the mother jellyfish. In restraining SpongeBob,
and he did stick that motherfucker in
like straight through that.
That's a little concerning.
when Squidward burns his hands, instead of pouring water on it to soothe the injury, SpongeBob accidentally pours it on the floor first, before Squidward's whole body ends up in a
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He's stacking the cases right now, man.
That is great.
He's stacking.
He turned bro into calamari, bro. I ain't gonna count.
frying pot. And then in Choir Boys, when Squidward is trying to ignore SpongeBob, SpongeBob decides,
This giant pothole ought to get his attention.
and this straight up causes Squidward to crash and get launched into a jellyfish field where he gets electrocuted. And just the cherry on top here, we know for a fact that SpongeBob isn't innocently stumbling into these actions that hurt Squidward. No, he's deliberately annoying him, deliberately hurting him, aware of just how much he gets on Squidward's nerves and how much pain he causes him. Here, check this out. When SpongeBob celebrates the day that he and Squidward first met, the photo album full of his favorite memories of Squidward, they're all
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I've never seen this.
Oh, just Squidward being miserable.
This nigga had a Jerry curl.
Or straight up in physical pain. SpongeBob has designated days that he especially annoys Squidward.
Do you know what today is?
Annoy Squidward Day.
No, silly.
But there's also Ignore SpongeBob Day though.
Ignore or ignore?
Remember the episode when like everyone left Bikini Bottom or something like that?
Okay, yes, but ignore is a lot different than annoy. I feel like.
I feel like Ignore is equally as manipulative. Like the cold shoulder, that's a manipulation tactic. Like, check me out.
That's on the 15th.
This guy straight up has annoying Squidward marked on his calendar. And when Squidward even communicates that he dislikes SpongeBob, that he wants him to stop, SpongeBob acknowledges that he knows.
SpongeBob.
Please,
Yes,
bro.
Squidward.
You know I
Bro,
hate.
please, bro. Yo, bro, please, bro. Yo, bro, please, bro.
My shirt. Bro, that last part was like, I wanted to commit to the bit. I ain't gonna lie. If this neck got fucked up, I'm for sure. You need a napkin. I ain't gonna lie.
I knew I took it too far when I saw your tank underneath.
Yeah, no, bro. Bro, my shit almost went over my shoulder. I was like, yo, I like this shirt.
You right.
Yes, I do.
And even when Squidward tries to get a restraining order against SpongeBob to protect himself, SpongeBob instead just gets Patrick to act as a middleman, resulting in more agony for Squidward. Really, this right here, this adorable, childish sponge, in a show where there isn't really a true, obvious evil villain, Plankton aside, he is the true menace. SpongeBob SquarePants is constantly torturing his neighbor Squidward, tricking his mind, playing with his emotion, and breaking his body. And if this pattern
They weren't ignoring him. They just left town. I thought it was a national holiday for SpongeBob. I don't remember.
holds, he may start expanding his reign of terror outwards. I mean, what else could explain the fact that he hasn't been able to pass a driving test for over 20 years and he keeps torturing poor Mrs. Puff? Really?
I'm not mad at that.
His big, dumb rampage against Bikini Bottom has only just begun. But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. And
Look at man.
That's gonna be the reaction.
Yo.
Out of 10,
I'm not gonna lie, you started stacking evidence towards the end.
I'm like 5.
5 out of 10.
I'm like coin flip.
I'll give it like a 6. I'll give it like a 6 on it. I don't think
We gotta watch an Alex Bale video. Bro.
we gotta watch an Alex Bale video.
He be
Facts.
he be dunking.
You know what messed you up when he brought up the imagination part? I feel like that was the biggest reach. If you guys like the video, make sure you type in SXY or Stan X Yo-Yo, not SSY, and search it up. Are you doing my emotes? That's crazy. And follow us on our own channels.
Oh, my fault. What's up?
Follow Yo-Yo.
Not Yo-Yo.
And follow me.
There's another tower. My fault.
And we'll catch y'all next.